Hello again, Ranger fans, and welcome to my very first episode review of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Some of you may be thinking, but Dino Charge premieres on February the 7th. You're right, it does. But sometimes Nickelodeon will release the first episode of a new Power Rangers series a week early for people who don't want to wait. And I was one of those lucky enough people to see it early, and now I'm going to do the review early because that's just the nicest person that I am. So, be warned, this video will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, please click off this video and wait for Saturday. If you don't care about spoilers, great. Thank you for listening to my review. And for those that have already seen it, obviously, thanks for listening to my review as well. Now basically how this review is going to work is I'm going to go over the plot, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to talk about the positives and the negatives, if any, and also I will score it out of 10 based on those positives and negatives. So, here we go. This is Power Rangers Dino Charge, Episode 1, Powers from the Past. So the episode starts out with two ships battling each other in space. One ship has the villain's crew for this season. The Goldar-like warrior, Fury. The tech robot/monster, Wrench. I say robot/monster because I'm not quite sure which one he's supposed to be, because he looked kind of like a mixture of both. And the foot soldiers known as the Viveks. And basically, Wrench is trying to fix the ship's weapon systems after they were blasted and damaged by the person in the other spaceship, Keeper, who's a good guy, and he's on the run from all of these villains because he has to protect the Energems, 10 crystal-like stones that have unimaginable power. And basically, since Wrench is taking too long to fix the weapon systems, the main villain of the series comes in, Sledge, with his fiancée, Poisandra. And originally I thought that when I first saw Poisandra and Sledge, I thought, oh, they're getting ready to be married. This is going to be kind of silly because, you know, it's going to kind of be like Super Mega Force was, kind of all like whiny, like Prince Vakar was, you know, all this other stuff. But no, actually, all these villains, I love their dynamic. They're amazing. They kind of remind me of the original villain faction of Lord Zed and Rita and everyone else, Squat and Babu, all the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers villains. They have a very, very similar personality to all of this. And basically, so basically what's happening is they're after Keeper to get the Energems, and since Keeper is getting away, Poisandra uses her special laser blast to blast his ship. And basically she goes, I kid you not, she goes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, fire. Like she does this whole musical note thing. Anyway, she succeeds in shooting down Keeper's ship, and he falls down to a prehistoric Earth. Now, I also want to talk about the theme song. Right away, with the villains, I noticed this too. Right away with the theme song, you can tell that Jonathan Zucker is gone, and Judd Lin, or as he's credited in this series, Chip Lin, is now back. Because even with the theme song, it's awesome. They cut it well with all these awesome clips, and there's no name calling. There's, like, you know, in previous seasons, the Rangers would always say their name when their credit came up. But there's none of this. There's no Tyler, Shelby, Chase. There's none of that, and I love that. We can finally stop worrying about the name calling and just enjoy the theme song. The theme song is amazing, as many of you have probably already heard it. And yeah, so that was a big plus. Anyway, so Fury lands down on Earth, his ship destroyed, and he's looking for the Energems. And when he realizes that Fury has come down after him, he quickly puts a big red glowing crystal, not an Energem, but a bigger crystal, into a separate box that matches the box that the Energems are in. So, and then he pretends to play dead, so that Fury will think he had perished in the fall down to Earth and take the crystal with him. So Fury finds the wreckage of the ship and finds Keeper's quote-unquote dead body, and just as he's ready to actually destroy his body to make sure he doesn't come back at all, he finds the box that what he thinks are the energems. So he goes, perfect, the energems, I have them now, Sledge will be so happy, and takes them back and walks away. So once he walks away, Keeper gets up and runs into a T-Rex. And as the T-Rex is kind of, I guess, threatened by him, Keeper's like, I don't want to hurt you, but I need you to gather the bravest of your kind among you, because I need your help. So the T-Rex goes off to do that. And then Fury comes back to the ship with the quote-unquote energems, and when he gives him to Sledge, and Sledge opens the box, he realizes it's a bomb. And the bomb goes off, and basically Sledge's ship is shot back into space, but not before Fury falls into the airlock and is shot back down to Earth. And Sledge's prized asteroid collection is thrown out of the ship. So, as his asteroids fall from space out of the ship, Keeper gives the 10 energems to 10 different dinosaurs, which actually bond with the dinosaurs' spirits, so that they are actually part of the dinosaurs, which I thought was a really cool touch. I didn't realize that. So Fury, who is now back on Earth, realizes that Keeper is still alive and goes to find him, and eventually meets up with him somewhere in the woods. And they actually have a little bit of a battle, like a little staff sword quick little battle before Fury sees the asteroids are falling. So as Fury runs for his life away from the asteroids, Keeper just lets the asteroids come, and basically both of them get engulfed in dust, and the dinosaurs are wiped out. And now we shift to present day, where in a museum we are introduced to the first few characters. There's Tyler Navarro, played by Brennan Magia, I don't know exactly how to say his name, but he's looking at some caves that were next to where a dinosaur fossil in the museum was found, and he decides he's going to check those caves out. Now right away you can tell the acting, again with the villains as well, the acting has much improved. Tyler is in no way like Troy from last season. He's not just stone cold and brooding with just a blank stare on his face the entire time. He's actually a good actor. So to figure out where the actual cave is that he has to go to, he runs into the Black Ranger, or the future Black Ranger, Chase Randall, played by James Davies. And one thing that I actually thought was a nice touch is that Power Rangers is filmed in New Zealand, but what I think is the nice touch is that the guy who plays Chase, James Davies, is the only actor actually from New Zealand that actually gets to keep his New Zealand accent. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then he helps Tyler out, and I think Chase. So he helps Tyler out, and then Tyler goes off to find the caves. And then Chase, I guess he's kind of like a janitor slash prop keeper, not prop keeper, but you know what I mean. He wheels around those big carts with all this equipment on it. And of course he walks by two girls, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're just like, "Buzz off, leave us alone." Which actually, fun fact, the girl that actually said "buzz off" in the episode, if you've seen it, is actually James Davies' real-life girlfriend. So that's just a little weird piece of trivia. Then Chase walks into the Dino Bite Cafe, where he catches the eye of Shelby. Now Shelby, who is played by Camille Hyde, and she will be the future Pink Ranger. Now, basically, as soon as she sees Chase, she starts to hurry with her orders. she's very clumsy. She's a very clumsy character. And you know, she's giving people food that hadn't even ordered yet, or spilling food onto other people. And actually, one of the dinner rolls from one of her orders falls into the soup of another character named Kendall. And Kendall Morgan is played by Claire Blackwelder, or I can't remember what her name was, but I think it's something along the lines of that. And basically, I think Kendall is like the curator, or just one of the main bigwigs of the museum, something like that. And basically, she comes off. I didn't like her at first. She comes off as like very stuck up, and she's not very pleased that Shelby is always spilling food on her, obviously. But I just didn't. I know it's a character, but I wasn't fond of it. And basically, after Shelby gives some orders, the wrong orders, mind you, she runs after Chase, and we basically learn that Kendall and Chase and another co-worker, Coda, who will be the future Blue Ranger, is heading on her archaeological day, and Shelby wants to go, but they won't let her go because she's not part of the actual team. And when she tries to get Chase to let her go, he says that she can't come still, but he also tries to hit on her, and I love this line. I don't know why. It was so cheesy. He says, "Let's just cut to the chase and check out a movie." And then Shelby says back, "Did that line work on New Zealand girls?" And he goes, "No, it doesn't work on them either." So the comedy is amazing in this season already, and you can immediately see that Chase is the quote unquote ladies' man, you know, but always striking out. So then Shelby and Chase walk together out to the back, where we first see Coda. And of those who don't know or may know, that Coda it's not said in this episode as of yet, but he's actually a caveman from prehistoric times. And you can really see that, like, when Shelby tries to bribe him by giving him his favorite hamburger, and he just takes it away from her and just scarfs it. And he's really super strong too. Like, he can lift boxes no problem, really super strong. And when, again, after another unsuccessful attempt at trying to get onto the thing, the archaeological dig, Shelby sneaks on board in the back of the truck without them knowing. So we catch up with Tyler, and Tyler is now goes to the cave. He's found it, and he goes spelunking to try and look for some clues, because his dad disappeared there 10 years ago. And basically, when he's spelunking and he's searching for stuff, he encounters a figure in a dark robe that attacks him. So he runs away and hides behind one of the rocks, and embedded in the stone wall is the red energem. So he takes it out and takes it for himself. So now that Kendall, Coda, and Chase, with Shelby in the back, have arrived at the dig site, Shelby encounters the same robed figure trying to steal a box from the back of the archaeological truck. And she tries to warn Coda and Chase, but they don't know she's even there. They don't hear her. So she runs off to get the guy herself for the box. And the box has this subtle pink glow in it. So basically, once the guy in the robe gets away, Shelby actually does manage to get her hands on the box and tries to run off with it, but the figure blasts her. And just before he's about to finish her off, Tyler swoops in, grabs the box, and saves her. And once this happens, the figure goes, "Oh, forget this," and tears the robe off, revealing it to be an ice monster. Now, so basically, now that the ice monster is ready to destroy them, so to save their butts, this is genius, I thought this was really cool, is that Tyler tries to look for a weapon in his backpack to save them. So he goes back there and tears out a banana, tosses that aside. Goes back in, grabs his underwear, tosses that aside, and then he finally goes in and grabs a shovel, and it's a small digging shovel, and actually uses it to deflect the monster's lasers. And I thought it was really cool using a shovel as a weapon, just deflecting it off. But eventually, the monster gains the upper hand, knocks them down, and actually freezes them solid. Like, he knocks them down, the energems fly out of their hands, and then the monster's like, oh, 2 energems, this is awesome. And then he freezes them. Just as they reach them with their fingers, they get their one finger on each of the energems, Shelby and Tyler. And as soon as that happens, he freezes them, and is getting ready to smash them into a million pieces. But the energems' energy actually thaws them out of the ice and breaks them out, and then actually materializes their morphers, which is like in stone right now. Like the morphers are made of stone, but then Tyler inserts his energem into the morpher, which brings out into its full yellow color. Shelby does the same thing, and their morphers are free and then ready to use. And Tyler actually spins the barrel once and shoots the gun by accident, which almost hits Shelby, but does hit the monster. And then she asks him what he did, and they actually spin the barrel like a million times, and then try to use the guns to shoot the monster. But of course, as with Kyryuger, spinning the barrel and shooting, the Dino heads come out and transform Shelby and Tyler into the pink and red Dino Charge Rangers, respectively. So they use this new Ranger power to defeat the monster. And actually, the monster knows exactly what they are. He's like, whoa, they've become Rangers. So obviously, the Rangers have been obviously seen by them before. Probably the Space Rangers at one point. Or I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so they knock the monster away, and then the T-Rex Zord just comes out of nowhere and throws the monster away like a chew toy. And that's it. The monster's thrown away, and then the two have demorphed, and Tyler drives Shelby home. And basically, in the car, Tyler tells Shelby that, oh, my dad went missing 10 years ago in an expedition, and I don't know what happened to him. I'm going to find him, though. One day I'm going to find him. And he says that, in his journal, he says that a monster was stalking him, and then he's looking for a specific one, and it's actually Fury, a drawing of Fury inside his father's book. So Fury actually probably was responsible for the disappearance of his father. So as Shelby thanks Tyler for saving her, they continue to drive along the road, and the episode ends with Fury looking off from the distance and saying, the energems have been found, or 2 energems have been found. And the episode ends like that. So let's get on to some positives. One, like I already said, the theme song. Love the theme song. No name calling, finally. The characters are very likable. Tyler is curious and adventurous. Shelby is much of the same, but she's also very clumsy. Chase is the quote-unquote ladies' man. Kendall is kind of the snippy, has a snippy personality, the snippy curator of the museum. And Coda is a very, strong and kind of grunting caveman-like person. And actually the Green Ranger, Riley Griffin, played by Michael Tabor, does actually not appear in this episode. So he'll obviously appear in episode 2. But, so like I said, theme song, the characters are likable, the acting is much improved. It's just amazing what one change of crew can do, because you can automatically tell that Chiplin is now back in with the Power Rangers. Now, I don't have that many negatives. I mean, there was one where some of the dialogue that was used sounded kind of like Captain Kirk, you know, like very like, we will find Keeper. The Energems will be mine, you know, stuff like that. Very, very stifled. And then, you know, some of the Rangers, there's one scene where their voices go really high, like, oh, what is this? We become Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Like, but it's barely noticeable. It's just like a little thing. I shouldn't even have put it in, but I did anyway. And also, one cool thing was that there's actually a picture of a monster from Power Rangers Jungle Fury. If you look closely, when Poisandra and Sledge are walking through their cages of monsters, he's looking at a wanted poster, and the wanted poster, the picture on it is a picture of Monkiwi, and the monster Monkiwi was in Power Rangers Jungle Fury in the episode where RJ becomes the purple Wolf Ranger. So I thought that was pretty cool how they're kind of putting in subtle nods to other past seasons. So, with all of that, I give the episode a 9 out of 10 because of the very little dialogue delivery stumbles. But 9 out of 10, it's great score, great episode. I cannot wait to see what's coming next. So yeah, that was episode 1 of Power Rangers Dino Charge, Powers from the Past. Now obviously, since this review is up really, really early, you have to wait a little while for the second episode review. But obviously, February 14th, that's coming, and then it'll be out shortly after that. So, thank you guys for watching my review of Power Rangers, or listening rather, to Power Rangers Dino Charge, episode 1. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. I love doing these videos for you guys with the microphone and stuff. So, make sure to watch out for episode 2 when it comes out soon, and also watch the premiere on February the 7th, and then also, again, watch out for episode 2 coming February the 14th. And I'll see you guys then. Alright, thanks for listening, guys. Bye.